Okay, my neighbors seem to have finally stopped cutting trees. So maybe I'll just start this over. Um, hello, this is Jade. I'm the 310 Stitcher here on FlossTube and on Instagram and Facebook. And I'm going to do another Stitch with Me, and I thought I would bring you guys along. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Like I said, my neighbors are cutting trees down in their lawn, and I really hope this doesn't come through for you on the sound. So what are we stitching on today, guys? I am stitching on my flower of the month for July. It's actually November's flower of the month, but it's for this month. I've been doing a flower a month since last October, and I only have 2 left. I have this one and the next one, which I just barely started there. I had some leftover floss, so I just parked it there rather than try to put it back on the skein. And yeah, so at the end of August or beginning of September, this whip or work in progress should be complete. The flower I'm working on right now is called Chrysanthemum, and these happen to be yellow chrysanthemums. They're not my favorite color, but that's okay. It does look good. The flower above on that side is our blue larkspurs, so the color contrast goes well with the neighboring flowers. I hope my fingers aren't in the way. I apologize if they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need one more. Yeah, so we have around here, there's the Japanese, what are they called? Is it the longhorn beetles? They're these red beetles that, I don't know, I assume got imported from China, I'm not sure, or from Japan, sorry. I'm not certain, but they eat everything, all the greenery. I am just trying to make sure I'm going in the right spot. And they end up killing the trees, which is why my neighbors right now are cutting some down. It's really, those beetles are really disgusting, actually. Especially when there are hundreds of them on one tree. That tree just looks like the canopy looks like it's crawling. It's really gross. 1, 2, one more up here. I have my tablet over to the left of me, and looking back and then forth, is messing a little bit with my head and my eyes. It's okay, we'll figure it out. So there's those red beetles. Yeah, I forgot what they're called. Can't remember. I'm just gonna mark off what I did. I'm not sure if it's the longhorn beetles, but anyway, whatever they're awful. And then our ash trees. We did have some ash trees, several ash trees. We've had to cut many of them down because of the emerald ash borer beetle, which is a pretty green, but they also kill trees because they eat all inside the tree, and the tree ends up being hollow, and then they fall down with a gust of wind or a tornado, as the case may be, which we're kind of in tornado alley where I am. And it really sucks because we have just gorgeous, gorgeous, tall, mature trees, and we've had to cut a bunch down, which really is not great. I restarted this. I'm not sure if I said this already or not. I started this video and they weren't yet cutting trees. And then I stopped the video for a while to see if they would stop, but they're not. So I'm hoping, I only have a limited time window, so I'm hoping that, like I said, the volume isn't too bad. The pattern that we're stitching today is Flowers of the Month. I'm sorry if I said this already. I'm gonna just repeat it just in case. Flowers of the Month by Ellen Morer Stroh. It's a free pattern from 2010 online. If you look up Flower of the Month and then put in Ellen Morer, MAURER -STROH, you will find this online. Just Google it. Let me know if you are looking for it and you can't find it. I can send you the link as well. Just leave me a comment down below. What are you guys stitching on? And as per the last time, let me know what you're stitching on down in the comments, and let me know how many stitches you ended up with at the end of this video. And as I said before, it's not a race, it's not a competition, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's just a curiosity thing. Or if you're knitting or crocheting or quilting or doing something else, whatever you might be doing, let me know what you're up to. So this pattern came, there's actually 12 patterns, so each month had its own flower of the month, and I chose to do them all together in one because I saw it on another floss tube. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I think her name is this, oh shoot, I really enjoy her. I'm just gonna look it up real quick. I really enjoy her videos. Is it Stitching Fairy? No. Shoot. I'll have to see. Stitching Fae, that's what it is. So stitching space Fae. She completed this, I think, a year or two ago, and she had it done all as one pattern as well. And when I saw it, I decided I needed it as well. So the one modification that she made that I'm doing a similar thing but not exactly is adding the name of the flower in the border. So let me see if I can shift this just a little bit to show you the, let me see if I do this. There you go. You can see on this side and on this side. So Stitching Fae actually left a gap in the border and put the words in the gap. I had wanted to do that, but then I completely forgot. And I didn't want to have to redo the entire border because I started at the bottom and then worked my way all the way around, and I didn't want to unstitch or something like that, or maybe I started here and went this way, and I wanted the name to be over here. And I forgot. So let me see what I'm doing here. 1 second. So I forgot, and I didn't want to unstitch and restitch the whole border. So I decided, you know what, let's just leave the border as it is, and we'll put it wherever it makes sense within the border. So like I said, generally it's on the left, but several are on the right. It just depends on what else is happening. On this one, you could just see at the corner here, let me see if I can move this again, that the flowers in many cases actually come to the border, and there isn't much room. So if there wasn't room on this side, then I moved it. I moved the label to the right, and that was the case for the larkspur up above here. So yeah, so I like it. I will be very happy when this is done, and I'll tell you why. I've enjoyed stitching on it, but hold on 1 second. I have enjoyed stitching on it, but saying I'm gonna do one thing a month, it was great from the perspective of, yeah, I know exactly when this is going to be finished, which is at the very end of August, because I do things last minute. I procrastinate. ADHD. Those of you who have ADHD will commiserate with me. So I always wait till the last minute, and then it's just a lot. I think each one, if I'm not mistaken, is somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 stitches, just a little under, I think. Maybe 4,800 stitches, and to cram that into a couple of days when you're also trying to do other things is not my favorite thing to do. Today is the 29th of July, so I do have a couple more days, but again, I'm going to be cramming this in, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be finished this on time, because let me see here, 1 sec. Because like I said, work has been really busy, and this coming weekend, so today's Monday, but on the coming weekend, so from Thursday, yikes, from Thursday until Sunday, I will be at a fair doing tarot readings. So I won't have my stitchy stuff with me. I won't have time. Just gonna secure this and then start another one. I also need to get a smaller needle. I think this one's a 26. But anyway, so yeah, so I enjoy stitching on them. I think I would enjoy it more if I was more disciplined and spread it out over the whole month instead of just cramming it in at the end. Okay, switch out my needle for a size 28, and I need some more of that floss, which is right here. So I actually didn't have this floss in my master set. I ran out, I have to buy some more. And so I had to raid my my other floss monsters that are set aside for particular projects to find this floss, and I found one that actually had it, thankfully. Otherwise, otherwise I guess I would have maybe just switched to the December flower and then come and order the floss and then come back to this flower. But I didn't have to do that, thanks to the BBB World Map by Amy Stewart, which has, I don't know, 200 and something colors. This video won't be as long as my last one, simply because I don't have as much time to spend on it. You guys are on an angle. Not sure I can fix that. Okay. So let's go on. So we have that one. Okay, and then 3 more on a diagonal. The tree cutting is still going on, of course. I'm really looking forward to the fair this coming weekend. I like it because everyone, well, first of all, you get to meet a lot of people, and secondly, everyone is just in a good mood. It's the weekend. People are looking forward to this kind of thing. There's shiny rocks, lots of crystals for sale, and jewelry and all kinds of things. So people tend to be in a really good mood, and I love that. It's refreshing for your spirit, or my spirit anyway, to spend some time where people are generally happy. Of course, some people do get emotional during readings. That has definitely happened. Usually it's happy emotions, or happy tears, I should say. Sometimes it's not. Like when I can't give an answer that someone is specifically looking for. But I always try to leave things on a positive note. So I don't like giving someone bad news and then bye-bye, see ya. I always try to give them, some positive thing that will come out of it, and or actions that they can take to ameliorate the situation, or perhaps try to avoid the situation, or help on trying to deal with the conflict if it's a conflict, that sort of thing. So I try to leave people with something that is within their grasp to change, their ability to change. And nothing is ever set in stone, right? Because everybody has free will. So everything is subject to change depending on what you do, what actions you take or don't take, or sometimes even just knowing about it helps you to change the outcome. So that is always good. I'm not one of those people that says, this is what your future is going to be. Period. No. I don't generally read tarot for fortune telling. My specialty is in conflict resolution and helping people to refine their goals and make action plans that they can use to refine or achieve their goals. I prefer that because, like I said, I don't believe in fate being, an immovable. Because, like I said, we all have free will, so. Let me just mark off what I've done. So let's see, news. What can I tell you? Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. And I am choosing to spend some time doing things for me. So hence the stitching. And what else can I tell you? It's really nice that people are, I've gotten lots of thank yous on Facebook and Instagram, or thank yous. I've gotten lots of happy birthdays from people through social media and emails and text messages. They're all sort of coming in, and thank you very much. If you have sent me well wishes, I really appreciate it. I can't give you there's no real kitty updates this time. I did want to say thank you to all of you who watched my last video and gave me tips on how to stop my cat from eating fish food, which is toxic to him and to all cats and dogs, because of the garlic content. So all of the food is now in glass jars with screw top lids and in a Rubbermaid container on top of that. So unless he grows opposable thumbs, and gains a little bit of weight. I don't think he'll be able to access it, which is good. And the same thing goes for my dog, because my dog also likes fish food. Although my dog likes everything, if it is edible, and sometimes if it's not edible. One, two, yes, okay. I'm double and triple checking where I am, because I don't have a grid on this. And I always make mistakes. I do have a mistake here, on this inner border. There is a mistake. There should be one more here, and then these ones should be one stitch down. And again, I was being lazy and I didn't feel like ripping it out, because I'd already ripped it out once. So I'm just gonna fudge it. I looked at the pattern, and it's fine. I'm gonna be able to fudge that, no problem. I just have to make sure that I don't count off of these. So yeah, my dog, speaking of my dog eating everything, he has, looks like he literally eats everything. He'll eat anything. He used to go in the laundry, into the laundry hampers. We have lever style doors in our house, and sorry, 1, 2, so over here. He can open the doors. So he can pull the lever down and then put his weight on the door, and the door opens. So unfortunately we can't lock the laundry room door. So he'll go in there into the hamper, and he doesn't do this anymore. And maybe he finally learned, because he did almost die once, but he would eat my daughters, and only my daughters, used socks and underwear, which is really gross. And then in the springtime, he would always do it, particularly in the wintertime for some reason. And then in the springtime, when the snow melted, we would find all these brightly colored, bright neon pink socks and underwears on our front lawn once all the snow melted, from them coming out the other end. He was such a jerk. Anyway, he doesn't do that anymore, thankfully, but he still gets into garbage cans and into anything, especially my son's garbage. He'll eat wrappers, loves chocolate, ate a pound of chocolate one time, and yes, I know chocolate is also toxic to dogs. I assume cats as well. Okay, I think I'm making a mistake. I need to mark these off. And we didn't give him the chocolate. He actually tore through a Lindor, a 1 pound Lindor chocolate. Those round ones that come like bonbons. They're round. You can get them in milk chocolate, white chocolate, dark chocolate, all kinds of flavors. And it was an entire box. So all the chocolate was in the box. So 2, 3, just give me a sec here. And then, okay, so see, I messed up again. Okay. I need to mark these off more frequently, apparently, because I keep making mistakes. Because I keep losing my spot. So we'll just unstitch these 3. Yeah, so luckily he didn't go into shock. He was fine. He just pooped it out. And our vet was worried about him eating clothing because it can, unless they really, really, really soak it, it can get stuck in his insides. Luckily, that didn't happen to him with socks and underwear. It happened to him, however, with a dryer ball. Also out of a freshly laundered basket. I had made these wool dryer balls. It was Shetland wool, if anybody's curious. Anyway, and he grabbed it while we were at work. Grabbed it and started to chew on it. So he loves balls, and he gnaws them and takes also tennis balls. He defuzzes them. I think he was trying to do this with the dryer ball as well, except it doesn't have a rubber core like the tennis balls do. And he was able to spit out the fuzz from the tennis balls. I'm sure some of it he still ingested, but it would be in small pieces. Whereas with the dryer ball, it never broke. So, and once he started to chew it, he couldn't stop. He had to keep, it wouldn't break. So he had to keep swallowing it and swallowing it and swallowing it until it broke, until it finished. And so what happened was, yeah, he almost died. We took him to the vet. We knew something was wrong. We were 99% sure that he had eaten something again. We didn't know it was a dryer ball. We thought it was another sock or underwear or aluminum foil or whatever, what have you. They did an x-ray, and they didn't see anything in the x-ray except for, what is that? They didn't see anything in the x-ray except for foam, I guess, just a bunch of foam. And they said that he likely has Addison's disease, and he would be on medication for the rest of his life. And my response to that was, no, I'm pretty positive he ate something. And you're probably just not seeing it because of all the foam that you're seeing. And that was the case. So he did almost, like, we had to keep hydrating him. So literally using a syringe without a needle and shooting water down his throat because he wouldn't eat or drink anything. Until the following day, when finally he started pooping it out. And it was, like I said, a 4-foot long rope. Since then, that's pretty much when he stopped chewing socks and underwear. Unfortunately, he still gets into other stuff, but Luckily, nothing that's going to kill him. All right, let me see where we are now. Okay. So I can go. My phone is running out of batteries, so I need to plug it in. Before I move forward. Okay. So I can come over here to these 4, and it's the second one over, first one down. Oops. Need a little knot. Okay. Just have a guzz of my coffee. Right, one that way. And second one down. Is that correct? That is not correct. It was right the first time. I just got confused again over which stitch I was doing. Well, hello, Smoky Poke. Hi. Smoke is coming to join us. I do like to color complete these. And more because, yeah, some of the stitches only have, 3, 4, or 5 stitches of one color, and then having to switch is annoying. But I think it's more because you always end up with this extra, like you finish this flower, for example, and then I had extra thread, right? Which is what I'm using now. I find that a bit of a pain, so I like to color complete. And I do recognize that I probably make more mistakes this way. But so far there hasn't been a mistake that I'm really not happy with. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and skip 3. Okay. Just gonna mark this off. I'm also fairly inconsistent. Oops. I'm fairly inconsistent with whether I am doing each stitch individually or whether I do just the first leg first and then come back. Which sometimes makes frogging interesting. And I say that sarcastically, of course. Okay, let's mark these off. So what else? I still have not, for those of you who have checked out my shop on Etsy, which is Smoke and Ash Designs, the link will be down below. I do have full coverage cross stitch patterns on there. They are fully licensed. I think so. For those of you who have checked it out, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of patterns that I've been working on, but I just haven't had the wherewithal to finish them off, and I need to take a day and, you know, just really go through them, and I want to go through them all again and check the mock-ups and all that kind of stuff, color correct where I need to, and I need to take some time to do that. But the past few weeks, several weeks, I just haven't had the wherewithal to do that. Well, hello, Smoky Poke. Hi. And I just wanted to stitch. So I haven't done that. And also I've been getting ready for this fair that I'm doing on the weekend. So I just haven't had time. But I will come back to it. Those of you who've purchased off my website, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Or off Etsy, rather. I very much appreciate it. Okay, so now 6. Starting over here. Just gonna take another guzz. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that was in the way. I accidentally pushed that down. Three. Something's wrong. What is wrong here? What is wrong is that I went over one. Okay, so I made a mistake from the first stitch. That's what it is. So here, 1, 2. No, okay, what's going on here? Okay. apparently I forgot how to stitch 2/2. And instead I was stitching over 1, which was about to lead me astray and be half a stitch off, which would be really annoying. Anyway, okay, I need to move this. Having trouble seeing a little bit because the camera's in the way. One, two, there we go. Gosh. Apparently we're gonna have trouble seeing today. 4. So, in terms of floss tubes, there, see, I skipped another one again. Oh. In terms of floss tubes, so I just did an update a few days ago, so I'll come back next week with a floss tube update, where I'll show you all of the works in progress that I'm working on, or that I have worked on. They're mostly the same. I also have a new start that I pulled the last time, which I've not actually started yet, so that's going to happen this week. Maybe. I don't have much time. I might just put a few stitches into it just to say, yes, it's started. But I don't really like doing that because I like to get 1,000 stitches into a new start. But this week, I don't think I'm going to have time to. With it being a short week for me for work, and then the weekend, I'm busy all weekend. So I'm not sure that I'll get that in. If you haven't seen my last floss tube, you can check it out on my channel. And it'll probably come up at the end. At the end of this video, it'll probably come up. Usually the last video pops up as one that you can just click on. So for those of you that this is the first time, welcome. I really appreciate your spending some time with me. And also, thank you very much to the returning viewers. I should have said that right off the bat. So if you haven't seen my previous videos, what I am doing this year is focusing on 6 particular projects. I started off with 8, and then about a month and a half ago or so, I dropped 2 of them because it was just too much. I couldn't get them done every week, so I work on those 6 every single week because I have percentage goals for each of them, and I have specific not percentage goals for others within that 6. So I work on those 6, and then what I started doing just a few weeks ago is I put all of my other whips on a wheel, and I spin that on every floss tube. At the end of every floss tube, I spin the wheel of whips, and I pick one more whip that's in my other pile. It's not a focus piece that I can work on when I'm finished with my goals for the 6 focus pieces. Is that 1 or 2? I'm having a little trouble seeing. 1, 2. I think I only went over 1 there. Is that right? So 1, 2. Is that where I am? Yes, okay. Sorry. I'm really having a hard time seeing. So yeah, so when I finished my goals, my weekly goals for the 6, I can then work on that whip. And because I'm only pulling 1, I can get some decent progress on it. Then on top of that, I have a lot of whips that I want to, sorry, not whips, new starts that I want to do. And so I also put those on a wheel, on their own wheel. And I also draw for one of those every 2 weeks. So this past week, I drew a stitch along by Witch's Garden Crafts from last year, I believe, called the Witch Sisters Cell. And it is sampler-ish, I guess. It doesn't have letters or words on it. But it is actually the cover photo for my last video, so you can, if you're curious what that looks like, just go check out my last video. You'll see that's the cover image that I've used. So yeah, so I haven't started that. Not sure when I'm gonna get to that, but I am gonna try. Okay, so I did 3, 2, and now 1. I've been watching a lot of FlossTube lately where people are already starting to talk about their 2025 plans, which, again, as somebody who has ADHD, that isn't going to happen anytime soon for me. I really don't know. I really don't know what I'm gonna work on next year, whether it will be the same 6 whips, focus pieces, or whether I'm gonna change things up and do a different rotation, like 6 different whips or something else. I'm not 100% sure. The only thing that I know for sure is that my Home Sweet Home piece, which is from the Cross Stitch Studio. The artwork is by Diana Dengel or Dengel. That one is my anniversary piece. I talked about last time how I really wanted, in a perfect world, I really wanted to have that whole piece finished by my 25th wedding anniversary, which is in a year. And I'm at 37%. And with it's a fairly decent sized piece. I'm trying to see how many stitches does that have? Do I have it listed? I can't see it right now. No, I can't see it right now. Anyway, so I'm at about 37%, and with the stitches that I'm doing per every week, which is a lot, I'm going to get to 50% for sure by the end of this year. There's no way in heck that I will be able to get the other 50% done between January and July. It's pretty much impossible unless I were to just focus on that one piece. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and just one. And there's no way I can do that. No. So I discussed this the last time, where I think I decided the last time that I'm going to, I don't want it to become a burden. I think that's the thing. I don't want to be burnt out. I don't want it to become a burden. So I have decided that instead of my 25th anniversary, it will be my 30th anniversary, if we make it that far. So that gives me another 5 years, or 5.5 years, to get that completed. Whatever. Or, if I finish it in year 27, then that's fine too. I don't care. I just want it up on my wall, and to me, it just represents our little family with our dog and cat. Now that piece has only one cat. And I've been debating, hold on a minute. I'm screwing up again, aren't I? No, because I'm over here. I need one more. I've been debating doing a little bit of recharting on it to get an extra cat in there, because of course I have 2 cats. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. We'll see when I get there. That will probably not be until near the end, because the 2 cats or the cat is at the foot of the bed. So probably do it near the other cat. That was Smoke running by with his toy mouse. Okay, had to make a little stop there for a sec. What was I saying? Oh yes, recharting. Potentially recharting. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'm gonna try. Maybe. But like I said, that won't be until a long time from now. A year or 2, I guess. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to check to see if I continue with the number of stitches that I have, that I'm doing per week now. When will I finish the project? I probably won't keep the goal the same. I think I am going to drop it a bit, because it's a lot. And so now that I have decided that I'm going to take extra time, I don't need to do that many. But it will still be a weekly stitch, but I'll probably cut the stitch count in half to make it a little bit easier, a little bit, give me a little bit more time to work on some other projects as well. I do have around 50 whips, and I love all of them, so I want to get to them. But I haven't been able to with the current rotation. burying the thread is a lot easier with a 28 size needle. Okay. Let's see, we did that. I think I'm going to leave this here for now. And get going on a couple of other things. So I was going to tell you how many stitches I completed in this video, but I forgot to look on Markup RxP what I was at before, because I did some stitching before this video as well. So I have no idea, but I guess it's all of these videos and all of these stitches. Anyway, not a ton. Let me know what you've been working on and how many stitches you got. You probably did a lot better than me, considering I had to rip a bunch out and I kept messing up. So yeah, so this project, according to Markup RxP, has 5,534 stitches. And I have completed 745 of them so far. So that's not just the yellow stitches, that's also the borders. Okay, well, I will see you next time. Bye.